Jamie Dornan speaks honestly. I'm lucky to still have a home to return to. In a small room at Claridge's hotel, Jamie Dornan sat by the window, his eyes staring out at the rainy street. The cold wind of early winter blew through the trees, rustling the thin white curtains. He smiled slightly, a rare smile, but a real one. "I've been away for so long," he said, his voice hoarse and sincere. "And now I'm just lucky to still have a place to come back to." That seemingly simple sentence contained a stormy journey, from the most glamorous star in Hollywood, to a man who once lost himself in the noise of fame, and finally found peace in the arms of his family. "I owe Amelia more than she knows," Jamie said slowly. "To her patience, her silence, and her love that never changed." Years of separation, and the price of fame. After the resounding success of 50 Shades of Grey, Jamie Dornan became a global icon. The flashbulbs, the interviews, the millions of fans, and the endless rumors about his relationship with co-star Dakota Johnson, all of it combined to create a whirlwind. "I thought I was living the dream," Jamie recalls. "But really, I was just drifting in someone else's dream." As his fame grew, the distance between him and his wife, the musician and actress Amelia Warner, grew. "We still loved each other, but we didn't seem to speak the same language," he says. "She talked about family dinners, about our daughter learning piano. I only knew red carpets, contracts, and flights." Related, Amelia once stood alone at the airport door, watching her husband leave with a forced smile. "She was always supportive, always saying, 'I'm fine, but I know no one is really fine waiting,'" Jamie says, her voice cracking. When rumors turn into real wounds. In 2018, when 50 Shades Freed premiered, social media was awash with images of Jamie and Dakota looking at each other lovingly at the premiere. Just hours later, a series of newspapers ran headlines: "Jamie Dornan, Dakota Johnson, love without words." Amelia was silent. Jamie continued to smile for the camera. But inside, he says, things were falling apart. "She didn't ask me anything. Not a single reproach. But it was that silence that scared me more than any argument," he says. "I knew I was losing the trust of the only woman who had ever truly loved me." The night after the Los Angeles premiere, Jamie returned to his hotel alone. He opened his phone and looked at a photo of his wife and 3 daughters smiling in their backyard. "I burst into tears. I missed them so much I couldn't breathe. But the next morning, I put on my suit and smiled for the camera again, as if nothing had happened. I started to hate myself." In the years that followed, Jamie continued to work relentlessly, as if to fill the void. But the busier he became, the more exhausted he became. "There were days when I woke up and didn't know where I was: London, Los Angeles, Paris. It was all the same: fancy hotels, gyms, press conferences, and then moving again." A close friend revealed, Jamie used to say he felt like a stranger in his own body. He would smile on stage, but when the lights went down, he would just sit there, looking at his phone, not daring to call home. Amelia, at that time, chose to step back. She moved her children to live near her mother, limiting her public appearances. She never said, "separated," but we both knew the distance was too great, Jamie admitted. "There were times when I thought, maybe she would be better off without me," he said, his eyes distant. "But then I realized, I didn't just lose her, I lost the best part of myself, an unsent letter." In March 2022, while filming in Iceland, Jamie wrote a letter to Amelia. He never sent it. It read, "I don't know where to start. It's just that when I saw the snow falling outside the window, I remembered you saying you wanted to come here with me. But I came alone, and I know, no matter how beautiful it is, it's all for nothing without you and the kids." Jamie kept that letter in his suitcase, among his old scripts and plane tickets. Whenever I feel lost, I read it. It reminds me that no success is worth the cost of loneliness. The Last Light. At the end of 2023, after months of silence, Amelia took the initiative to call him. She said the kids missed me. I was silent, not knowing what to say except sorry, Jamie says. Then she said, if you really want to come back, prove it, not with words, and that was the moment everything changed. Jamie turned down 2 big film projects, moved back to his old house in the Cotswolds, where he and Amelia used to plant apple trees in the backyard. The first day I came back, I stood outside the gate for a long time. The 3 kids ran out to hug me, and Amelia just smiled. There were no tears, no questions. Just silence, but a peaceful silence. He sighed softly. I realized, there are things that don't need to be explained, just come back, and stay. Quote.